Welcome to Look North. The main news from our region today, alerting people to the dangers of illegal lenders who are cashing in on COVID, targeting the vulnerable during the coronavirus crisis. Plus, the challenges for those with speech difficulties as most of us turn to online video calls during lockdown. Hello and thanks for joining us this lunchtime. Investigators are warning that people left struggling financially after lockdown could be at risk from new loan shark tactics. They say illegal lenders are increasingly using social media platforms to pose as friendly faces and communicate with their victims. In Bradford, the local credit union is trying to reach people it thinks might be vulnerable and has launched a new emergency loan scheme to offer people an alternative, as Corinne Wheatley explains.
He'd make all sorts of threats to me, break my legs, break my arms. The depression was enough for me not to want to live anymore.
Trapped by a debt that's never repaid, thousands of people report being caught in the grip of loan sharks each year. But with the pandemic leaving many people struggling financially, the experts are seeing worrying signs. Illegal lenders are increasingly using social media and platforms like WhatsApp to get closer to their victims. In this real-life exchange, a woman desperate for £150 sends over her bank details to a loan shark's associates. When she can't make the repayments, she's told the loan shark, Danny, is planning to send some lads round and take something in lieu of payments. Investigators are worried about the impact of COVID.
Sort of anecdotally, we have had people who've come forward and said their loan shark, who've been perfectly nice to them, had not been very nice when they'd mentioned they'd been furloughed. You know, one of the issues we have with loan sharks is people think they're their friend or a friend of a friend or just someone in the community who's helping them out. They have no idea this is a criminal. So I think because it's done through social media, by the nature of which people think it's friendly, it's, you know, informal, people don't realise you need to be authorised to lend money in this way.
In Bradford, the credit union is now trying to reach some of the most vulnerable. They're sending out financial information in these activity packs made up by the organisation Artworks. They're also about to launch a new loan scheme aimed at anybody who's been furloughed or made redundant due to COVID.
And we realise that people are struggling financially and they just need a small leg up. They need a small amount of money to just get them back on their feet while they're waiting for their benefits to come through or they're waiting for that job to start. And that's really the stopgap that we're trying to achieve.
Investigators say it could be some time before they know how many people have been targeted by illegal lenders during the pandemic. On average, it takes 2.5 years for someone to report it, but their advice is to speak up as soon as possible. Corinne Wheatley, BBC Look North, Bradford.
58,000 people in West Yorkshire could lose their jobs as the economy